This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Hey, friend, I know how this feels. Waking up exhausted after multiple trips to the bathroom and feeling embarrassed by sudden leaks. I used to be constantly on edge, searching for a restroom whenever I was out. Then I discovered Better Woman. I was skeptical at first, but 2 months in, everything changed. I experienced improved bladder control, no more heart-stopping moments when I laugh or sneeze, less urge to go, deeper and more restful sleep. I finally felt like myself again, confident and in control. Better Woman is natural, effective, clinically tested, and trusted by women for over 25 years. Ready to take back your control? Head over to BeBetterNow.com to order your supply today. That's BeBetterNow.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed. Individual results may vary.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
This is Beaverville. Come on in.
It's Bob here. I got a question.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Yeah! Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that is good news.
It is the 18th day of April, 2025, and good morning to you on a Friday. It's the Power Trip Morning Show. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Chris Hockey, and we've got Chad Greenway coming in today, along with Marnie Galar. No Mr. Parish today. I believe he's working for that NHL network, but plenty to get to. So let's go ahead and get her started. Less than a week away from the NFL draft. The playoffs begin for everybody. Quick like here, and we got it all covered like a blanket. Here's a comedy from Tim Dillon. Friday morning, Power Trip Morning Show. Come on in. I'm glad you're here.
When I grew up, not everybody was homeless. Everyone's homeless now. People are like, what's the solution? I'm like, I don't even know what the problem is. I have no idea what's going on. LA's got a whole area of the city called Skid Row. There's all homeless people. And it comes in handy because a friend of mine and his wife came in. They'd never been to California. They're from Nashville. It was Halloween. She was so excited. His wife was like, hey, y'all, are there any fun haunted hay rides? I said, get in the car. People were lunging at the car. She's like, it feels like we could die. I'm like, we could definitely die. The LA City Council has given up. They considered giving you a tax credit if you opened your house to a homeless person. What are we even talking about? You hate taxes, right? Yeah. Well, meet your son. He's 38 years old. He loves fentanyl. Hug your boy.
I've had enough of you shower old hag.
The finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side.
Smash.
You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride. For the warriors. Never giving up the lead. To take it to the top. There's only one winner. You never.
All right, it's Friday, April 18th of 2025. It's the Power Trip Morning Show. I'm Corey Cove. That's Chris Hockey. That's Meat Sauce. There's Zachary Halverson. We made it to Friday. No John Kriesel. But we had him on Wednesday. That was super cool.
That was
no
great.
Parrish today. Like Chris just said, I believe he's at the NHL Network. I never know anymore.
I
He was
think
gone
so.
on Wednesday. He's gone today. The playoffs are, about to start. My guess is that's where he is.
Playoffs?
Nikki knows.
Yeah.
As long as Nikki knows where the hell he is. I think he's in New Jersey. But Marnie will be here, and our buddy Chad Greenway will be here a little bit later as well.
Oh, Chad Greenway.
Chad admitted that he wanted a practice round of initials before the tournament because he got shut out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he was banned from the tournament for a year. And he's like, can I get at least one practice run in? I go, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Great, grand,
He can't handle
wonderful.
pressure.
No, I don't. Yeah.
No, he doesn't like the pressure.
He can't handle it.
No, he cannot.
Just doesn't like to compete, really.
That's
Not
the thing.
really, no.
That's the thing.
No, it's not his thing.
Doesn't run this
He
family or
shies
anything.
from it.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
But,
His, what is it? Win or lose, we still booze is his
that's what he always
motto.
says.
Yeah.
Plus things like, come on over here and kiss me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does say that.
A lot.
I had never read the Abbott's got a plaque in his office that's like a Vince Lombardi picture in quotes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about his teeth.
Sauce, you ever read it?
No.
There's a line about, it's basically winning's everything. You should always try to win.
Yeah, stop being a loser.
Yeah.
It literally says like second place bowls are for losers played by losers.
Yes. That's my kind of bit.
So you love Vince Lombardi.
Is that the end of the quote? I'm not going to walk into something where he says something horrific.
Such as?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, but it ends with, and the gays. Is that not the one you're talking about?
Same one, same plaque.
I didn't know he had that.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, Abbott, why are you getting that in a plaque? And he's like, this needs to be permanent.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he wanted to hang it in the lobby, but they made him put it in his office.
Yeah.
Tucked away in the corner. And again, that's why I've never read it until yesterday. But it was a game for losers played by losers. And I thought, this is sounding a lot like Sauce over there.
Yeah, man. I'm going to read that today. Is he here today?
Who?
Abbott? Is he still with us?
I don't know. Something kind of weird happened yesterday. Obviously, in the last couple of years,
Piss yourself?
some of us no. Some of us like to leave at like 9:01.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And historically, the common man Dan Cole likes to show up at 11:59.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it was like two ships crossing in the night. I was here long enough to run into Common. And then this weird thing started happening where all the salespeople are looking at me going, what are you still doing here? And then they were looking at Common going, what are you already doing here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love when they expect us to be gone at 9:01 and be here at 11:59.
Yeah.
Respectively. But,
Respect.
yeah, whatever. They respect us.
I think he was here to do his that bit we all had to do that Swedberg sent the email about if you didn't do your the online testing bit.
But that was like a month
That was a
ago.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Isn't it way past the deadline?
Yeah. But a lot of people didn't do it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently the list was pretty extensive.
See, just when I started thinking that I'm the worst employee, I realize I'm only like top 5.
Then, yeah. No,
Because I
but
do
you
that
do
stuff
that
right on
stuff.
time. That's what I mean. I do it right on time.
You do it. You multitask. You do it during the show most times.
Same. That's when I do it.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Multitasking. That's efficient.
When you do it, Corey probably does it this way, but when you do it, are you listening to it?
Are you nuts?
Right. So that was his complaint. He was mad that the computer he was using didn't have sound for it.
Oh, my.
Just
Yeah, just click
Next.
through it.
If you hit the wrong answer, they say, incorrect answer, pick a different one. You're
right.
like,
And there's
right,
one
this
other
one.
answer.
Incorrect answer.
Remember years ago, if you got too many wrong, you had to take it over.
Yeah.
So we had bosses that basically fed a handful of employees the answers.
Not anybody who still works here.
No, of course.
No.
Of course not those people. But they would feed former employees the answers so they wouldn't have to sit through the 45-minute online training course again. Here's the 7 answers or whatever. Now, like Chris just said, if you get the wrong answer, they immediately tell you, well, that's incorrect. You should have said A. Well, whatever. Who cares? When is this over?
Right.
Yeah, click, done.
The guy that used to sit where you sit, Cor, was handed the answers a lot.
Sure was.
Well, I mean,
you wouldn't.
I'm gonna say that I
Or you
think there's
did
a
it.
chance that somebody else did it for him.
Yeah, you.
There's a slight chance of that, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe.
Yeah, to be helped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I walked in on Jared Wells doing the endorsement training the other day.
Yes, he needs that.
He did.
So he's all ready to go.
Yeah. Boy, that'd be great if they got him an endorsement.
He's the best.
You know what he should do? Yes. Oh, man, I'm just going to get Chris going. You know what he should do, Chris? Get himself an endorsement.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
Oh, boy. It's Friday.
I just knew it. I just knew that you were going to say that. And you know what? You're right. He should do that. He could rake in a cool $15.28.
Yeah.
If he brought the company $7 million.
Wouldn't that be cool? Hey, Chris, you know the great film The Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan?
Yeah, right? yeah. It's about a different one. I thought The Dark Knight was about the last 10 years of my life.
No. And you know the line by Michael Caine when he's discussing the Joker, he basically says some men just like to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
As this place in the last 2 or 3 months has been absolute chaos away from the microphone.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've gone into Abbott's office and been like, I know I'm a pain in the ass, but you have to love me right now compared to the rest of this hellhole. Every day I look better and better and better. And he's like, I know. Basically, I hate you, but you're pretty easy in the big scheme of things.
Right.
So look, this place is an F5 right now. Yeah. It's
a total destruction.
But it's great for me. It makes me look fantastic.
I know, but you know what I can't believe about it though, Cor, is how bad this place is and how good things are for our radio show.
Yeah,
you know
simultaneously.
For the radio station
it's
and
chaos.
our radio show.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, do we work in different places? That's why I have to leave here, because if I stay here past 9:05, I get depressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I leave immediately.
Sometimes I stop by other places of work on the way home to feel good.
Yeah. Just go observe people working at Costco.
Do you work here? Nah, I just wish I did.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I like to check people's receipts, right?
Okay, here's the thing, Coral.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name, Paul?
Yes.
And Zach. Now, I'm going to say something I'm not sure I should say because I don't know if we've been cleared to say it, but I don't care.
Uh-oh.
Zach, are you going to Vegas?
Yes.
Okay, good. Here's what we're going to do. Because you get to go to Vegas on the company's dime and we don't. I'm going to give you a list of things you have to do. Is that okay with you? Too bad. Here they are. You have to go to the Erotic Heritage Museum.
Where is that?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
But I mean, I know that, but I mean, is that down? That's got to be downtown. That can't be on the Strip.
It's at 3275 Sammy Davis Jr. Drive.
That's
which is off the Strip.
Yeah, it has to be.
It has thousands of artifacts relating to human sexuality, including the world's largest sex bike.
Come on, get on that bike, Zachary.
Yeah, get on that bike.
I think I know where this is. This is by Puppetry of the Penis.
And and Planet 13.
Yes.
I just don't know the answers. That's not my
it's
job.
It's right on the way. So I think I've...
You think you might guess where it is. You might know. It's like when you guess that password on Double List. Yeah, you might know where the Puppetry of the Penis is in the erotic.
That password worked?
The Erotic Heritage Museum. It might be on Sammy Davis Jr. I don't know. I'll guess.
Is it right by Puppetry of the Penis?
Maybe. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I just remember the world's largest sex bike thing, and I was like, oh,
That's it.
Something you don't forget.
I need a picture of you either beside or on the sex bike.
What is a
great point?
Sex bike?
I don't know.
Yeah, what is that?
I looked for a picture of it.
I'm going to assume there's an adult toy on the seat.
Yeah,
it's got to go up and down when you pedal.
Makes sense.
Boy. I've seen a movie like that once. They were Swedish ladies. They seemed to enjoy riding the bicycle. The thing came up in a hole in the seat. And
oh, boy.
And it was like, hey, do I work at iHeartRadio? Okay, here's the next thing you have to do.
Go for a bike ride, Zach.
The next thing you have to do. Go to Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum.
Been there, done it.
You have?
Great.
You have?
Very. I didn't see any ghosts, but I had a great time. I did feel leaving it.
Yeah.
I felt really drained and gross, but
really,
there's some. Yeah, it's a lot of
perfect. Then
evil. Yeah.
Has that stayed with you the last 3 years?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there is the original staircase from the Indiana Demon House.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
They have.
It also has Peggy, the doll.
I did look into her eyes, which they tell you not to do.
Oh, thanks, Firehouse.
Peggy's also the name of the sex bike.
Yeah, thanks, Peter Gabriel.
Peggy.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, green light.
God, Tommy's on his way to ride that thing.
No, it's going to ride him.
Yeah.
So you've already been there, but I would like a picture of you with Peggy.
Okay. Yes.
Can you take pictures of Peggy?
Yes, no. It's part of his job.
They don't. They highly. They say that if you take a picture, you could potentially transfer that energy to somebody else.
Are you willing to do that?
They also don't want you to take a picture because they want people to pay to see it.
And I have a list of names.
Ooh. Jesus.
I would like you to also go to Slot Car City.
What's that?
What do you
Slot?
think it is?
With an O?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what slot cars are, right?
No.
You don't? You guys don't know what slot cars are?
I don't think so, no.
What?
It's a slot car.
It's little race cars. Do you play with the little handle?
That's not the gun. Is it the gun thing, like the trigger thing? Where
and they race around.
And if you
the
go
slot
too
car
fast,
track,
it flies
they fly
off.
That's right. I played all the time with my buddy Randy Hoffman.
Okay, I know what those are.
I love them. They're fun.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. Slot Car City off Decatur Boulevard in Las Vegas, Nevada.
How does that business stay open?
Wait, they cater those?
Yeah, you can get chicken fingers or whatever you want.
Yeah. Yep.
It doesn't look like it's well maintained.
Oh.
The bike?
No, Slot Car City.
Oh.
That's too bad.
What a lucky break for you that the Wild are going to Vegas instead of some Canadian dump.
Oh.
Yeah, between Vegas and Winnipeg, that
lucky break.
The Wild.
Are you going to both games?
Yes.
That game starting at 10 o'clock is obscene.
Brutal. I don't know what they're thinking.
What
man.
in it?
I've never heard of that before. I mean, I know obviously the Wild are in Central, but like that's 11 Eastern.
Yes.
What is ESPN doing?
Ridiculous.
How is that worth it?
What do you care? You're going to be on sex bike.
Yeah. What do you care? You're going to be with Donnie.
Be in jail.
Or Peggy.
Donnie.
Yeah,
Donnie.
You're going to be you're going to be handcuffed to the bed in your hospital room.
Yeah. You're going to be decimated by Peggy.
Sir, you perforated your colon again and again and again. Sorry.
Thought this was America.
I had to ride to Utah.
Oh, man.
So there you go. So you've already been to Zach Baggins.
Yes.
But you at the very least need to go to the Erotic Heritage Museum and see, get to know your heritage.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. I feel like it'd be more your heritage, Huck. I feel like you probably got a...
Yeah. You're right.
You probably got a... I think they got the Hall of Fame down there.
I want a picture of you with this in your mouth.
Oh, my God. Good Lord.
Is that too much to ask? You're getting a free trip to Vegas. And I said mouth, by the way. You can do both if you'd like.
My Lord.
Good God. I don't think... I mean, I'm willing to try, but...
What about that?
That honestly looks like something out of Desert Storm.
Yeah.
Right? That looks like a Scud missile.
Yeah, it looks like a weapon of mass destruction.
Made out of wood.
I want a picture of you caressing this.
Is that a stubby penis?
No.
Oh, got it.
No, it's a bronze garbage can.
It's a bronzed R2D2.
R2D2?
R2D2.
And I want to get to know who that lady is.
Yeah.
And this looks like one of those, like, when they show, like, the torture devices they use in, like, the Renaissance era.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a long couple of
there
walls here of lady teachers who've been arrested for having sex with their students. It is the Hall of Fame.
Is that real?
That last part wasn't it? But yeah, there is that hallway. Yeah. Boy, world's largest display of pleasure toys.
Look at how much of a dump this looks like. It looks like...
what are you talking about?
It looks like the outside of it looks like it's in a strip mall or like an abandoned Joann Fabrics.
It's right around the corner.
It's literally a block east of Planet 13.
Yeah. It's in the same building as
distance.
Puppetry of the Penis.
Look at those panties.
Because every time Zach and I would go get weed, we'd say we should go there.
Because whatever way you go, you're stopping at that red light at that intersection.
Correct.
Forever.
So there you go. You get to go to Vegas, and you get to go to the Sex Palace.
Well, Chris, this will make you feel a little bit better and not shock you.
Yes, that's it.
Guess who's not paying for Zach to get to Vegas?
Yeah, the company.
The company's
That's
not.
right. Yeah, I know.
Isn't that crazy?
It's great. Good for them. Good for you, Zacho.
That would have floored all of us if iHeart was like, "Hey, Zach, why don't you go for free? Go cover the wild."
I mean, let's talk to.
We don't have a company. We don't even have a company penny.
Let's talk to 15-year-old Zach for a second. Hey, Zach, the Minnesota Wild are paying for you to go to Vegas to work for them in their playoff game.
Yeah, it blows your mind, right?
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, and you get to go to the Sex Museum.
Yeah, and you get to see Peggy, the bike and the dog.
You're going riding.
Yeah, think about that. Yes. Craig Leopold's paying for you to ride the sex bike.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah, I don't, man. He just insists on it twice, 3 times a year.
Oh, just got a text. You're not going to Vegas now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, have fun. That's cool, man. When do you leave?
Saturday.
That's pretty sweet. When do you come home?
Well, the funny thing is, we looked at like a midnight Tuesday night flight out of there, and I'm glad I didn't pull that trigger because we'll probably still be playing.
Game's too late.
That's right. Good point.
Hey, you know what else you could wear? You know what else you could wear at that erotic heritage museum?
What's that?
You could wear one of those gutter helmets.
Yeah, the best. GutterHelmetMN.com. Go there right now. Don't have to worry about cleaning your gutters if you have a nice Saturday and you're like, man, I have to go up and do that. You don't have to do that if you're Gutter Helmet and GutterHelmetMN.com.
You don't have to.
And if they clog, they'll clean them for free. They won't, but if there's a small chance they do, they'll clean them.
That's right. And and never mind.
GutterHelmetMN.com.
Yeah.
All right, more of the Power Trip Morning Show after this. Marnie Gellner later, Chad Greenway later. This is the Power Trip on the Fan.
Discover the life-changing benefits of Meow Greens for your cat. Ever see your cat slowing down or having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add Meow Greens to your cat's food for 90 days, and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings, I'm naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Meow Greens, and I invite you to take the Meow Greens 90-day challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your cat will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, they're going to have better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch a free Jumpstart trial bag for your cat today. Go to trymeowgreens.com. Use promo code TRYMEOW. That's try MEOW. You discover the shipping. You don't have to change your cat's food to improve your cat's health. Just add a packet of Meow Greens.
The Power Hour goes live at 8 a.m. KFAN.com/watch is where you can find it. Thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
Did you guys realize, as I just did, what the date is on Sunday?
420.
Take care of yourself, Zacho.
Blaze it.
420. It's Hitler's birthday. It's Easter, and Zacho's going to be.
Thing you just said, but
definitely is.
Okay.
And Zacho's going to be in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Sober. This is going to be weird.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt ain't no way you'll partake on 420.
Right. Blaze it.
No, not the way I do it.
No, not the way you do it. No.
You have a bathtub?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Eat some cake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But there's a Carlos vending machine somewhere.
Oh, yeah. You'll find one.
Yeah, Hitler born April 20th, 1889.
Jesus.
Died April 30th, 1945.
Okay. Okay.
Is there any reason, Zachary, outside, was 420 just the time that they smoked weed? There's no actual origin connection to Hitler, correct?
What
that's just a coincidence.
How are you doing?
No. That's always been like a thing, right? People like stoners know that Hitler's birthday is 420, 100%, because it's 420.
My uncle's birthday's on 420, and
oh my God!
And you always compare him to Hitler.
Yes. Yeah, I every time I look it up, I always forget within 5 seconds as to why they picked that day.
It's because of all the smoking.
Correct.
And the dope.
I think the 420. I think it's because that's when you either plant the flower, and that's the day when you pick it. It'll be at its best. It's something like that.
I thought it was what time of day you got out of work. Or
Same. I thought it was we all got out of school and smoked weed at 4:20.
Yes, that's 4:20 p.m. is considered a socially accepted time to consume cannabis.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about,
And then the holiday.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, it's Hitler's birthday.
I know. Say it again.
War.
Be a good name for a band. You guys want to go see Hitler's birthday at the Fillmore?
No. Son of a bitch. No.
Oh, man.
What if they did 80s synth pop? So super positive stuff, just a terrible name for a band.
Yeah.
So they're talking about a different Hitler?
Yeah, not that one.
No, not Adolf. Jesus. No, absolutely not.
Not Adolf. Jesus.
No.
This is the wrong show for that one.
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway, Easter on Sunday. Zachary's going to be in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Easter sneaks up on you, especially when your kids start to get older.
Yeah.
You forget that the old bunny's coming.
Yeah.
Hopping down the bunny trail.
Yep.
You still do any egg things?
Sure, but, she's just hanging on by a thread. Doesn't really care anymore.
Yeah.
Does egg dye still smell terrible?
Oh, God. That was, gross.
Remember
That was
the
a
vinegar smell?
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
Sick.
Brutal. Them and pumpkins and...
You don't like the way pumpkins smell either?
Yeah. Traditions smelly.
Traditions are smelly.
Yes.
Yeah. Just wait till you get to the sex museum.
Oh, gross.
They clean that bike, right?
Well, I doubt it.
I doubt it.
It's part of the deal, man.
Is it going to stop you if they don't?
Sound like Lieber when he was working out with Jordan Peele's wife.
Mm-hmm. Did you know her first name?
Chelsea.
Oh, then it's his sister. Do you know what his sister's first name is?
No.
Banana.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You get that yet?
Yeah, I get it.
He didn't react. Normally you
No, he
say
didn't
brilliant
react.
or that's genius or you laugh. I wasn't sure.
I get it. It's genius.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
That is really good.
Yeah.
You could have said orange too, but orange, you glad he
I think
said
banana's
banana?
funnier than orange.
Yeah.
I think the word banana is funnier, personally.
Yeah, no, I like
And I've
that.
done research.
Yeah.
You did? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Man, look at this. The news is just terrible. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching our friends over at Twin Cities Live yesterday.
We had friends at Twin Cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben and Elizabeth.
Ben works there?
Ben works there, yeah. And, we do a 3.5 hour radio show.
Yeah.
If there is breaking news during the show, guess who breaks it? Us.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're the ones who do it. They do their show, and obviously, ABC News National breaks in to air the press conference from Florida State. They were walking through the details of the shooting and how many were injured, how many were dead, the update on the suspect that was shot and then taken to the hospital, all that stuff. It was 20 or 30 minute press conference that they broke in live. And I kept thinking, I wonder if they know
That's a great
that
question.
they're not on the air. And the way that I know that they, well, I shouldn't say I know for sure whether they know or not. All I know is they continued because it's an impossible transition. ABC News goes back to Twin Cities Live, and they're in the middle of a swimsuit fashion show, and they're laughing and having the best time. They don't know. They just are getting thrown back from a 30-minute, death press conference. It's, wow, that suit looks great on you. And they're laughing and giggling. I'm like, man, that's a tough spot. But the show must go on. And I assume they just post the rest of the show on Twin Cities Live's website or whatever. But
they
that story.
rebroadcast it. So that when
good point. There you go.
They have to keep it going because
good point.
Yeah,
the show must go on. Man, that story sucks. Obviously, the Florida State story is bad.
Yeah,
but they all are. It's just every couple of weeks there's one like that, and we just move on.
Yeah,
pretend that nothing happened.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. Do you know this, though? I haven't gotten a chance to listen to your draft podcast with Ben yesterday. Was it any good or was it terrible?
No, it was good. Ben, it was great.
How awesome would it be if you just said it was legit terrible?
It was legit hideous.
I had nothing to say.
I don't think I recorded it. Yeah. No, it was fun. It's fun to do those with Ben. He's the best.
What did you learn?
I think we just talked. I think basically what we learned is that it's probably going to be an offensive lineman that they're going to take at pick 24. And we asked each other, how do you think the fans will react? And I said, I think they'll react well. I think that's a piece we need, and that helps protect the young quarterback.
It's hard to piss off a fan base when you're drafting 24th.
Yeah. That
right.
is, unless
Almost
they
always.
trade out to like 41, then the people will be mad. But
yeah, that would annoy people. But in general, I think everybody is fine with best player available. I don't care what position gets drafted.
Yeah.
It would make no sense to take a quarterback, but outside of that,
and
who cares?
It's the first draft in a while that you don't have to have the quarterback conversation, right? So it'll be fun.
All right, front page sports in a second. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on the Fan.
We've got your shot to win Timberwolves versus Lakers Game 3 tickets. Send us your Wolves Back talkbacks on the iHeartRadio app, telling us in 30 seconds or less how you think the Timberwolves beat the Lakers in this series. Stay tuned all day to hear if you were selected as a winner.
Good morning. Hi, guys.
All right.
Here we are.
Hi, Hogs.
Hi.
Hello.
It's Friday, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no.
It's true.
No, that's a good thing, Zach. The week's over.
Oh, I thought there was a guy, like a superhero by the name of Friday Man.
Wow.
Did somebody's computer just make a noise, or did I hear things?
I think that might have been yours.
Mine?
Yeah.
Could have been mine. Mine comes through the board, and the board isn't turned on.
I don't know what that was. Then.
Mine's not connected to anything. Do you think it might be in this song?
Nope.
When it was recorded in?
Yeah, that happens a lot.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's haunted.
Maybe we're all just slowly losing our minds.
Maybe Peggy heard us talking about her.
Could be Peggy. It's a creepy part of the tour.
I bet.
Because they get one of those like ghost or spirit boxes or whatever, so it scans through the radio, and supposedly, ghosts can use that to talk.
Yeah,
so it's just loud. I know you're loving this.
But don't you learn halfway through that if you're kind to them, they'll be kind back and leave you alone?
Yeah, they like manners.
Yeah,
they
learned that.
Yeah, we learned that once on this show.
Oh, no, they tell you they don't
good
care
manners.
about you.
That's why they don't haunt children, because children are kind.
Yep. Let's do front page sports. We'll go around the world. Thanks to our friends at Holiday. See what's going on in the world of sports.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores. Look, they got a whole bunch of deals, but the one I keep hammering is the one that is for a limited time, because it's buy 3 monsters for just $7 if you get there and get any flavors you want. Mix and match whatever you want. For like the 4th day in a row, I want the old Zero Ultra Whites here, but whatever. Get whatever you want. They're all good. This just happens to be the best one.
Hell yeah.
Get whatever you want. Thanks, Holiday. All right, they released the start times for the Wild yesterday, and I know everybody's pissed about it because Game 2 is just ridiculous. But the Wild are in Vegas for Game 1, Sunday at 9 o'clock. By the way, that also sucks.
Yep.
It's not like, it's the weekend, but it also still is that's a work night and a school night. Sunday at 9 is Game 1. Game 2, Tuesday, 10 Central.
That's so stupid.
Game 3 in St. Paul is Thursday at 8 o'clock. Game 4 Saturday in St. Paul at 3.
What are we doing?
I get the business side of keeping TV people happy, but man, this is a little egregious, man.
You're burning a fan base, though.
Why 10? Who is that for?
ESPN, so they can have a third window of playoff hockey, because I think they've got a triple header which you can't have triple headers on weeknights. Sorry, guys. I mean, they can. They're going to do it. But
They have a triple header at that erotic museum in Las Vegas.
Yeah, you have to go see that.
What's the third one for?
I believe, according to DraftKings, Vegas is the 4th favorite to win the Stanley Cup, so they're obviously favored in the series. They're one of the better teams in the NHL. I believe they also swept the Wild in the regular season, correct? But look, we got to get healthy, and we are.
Mm-hmm.
And this team had one of the best records in the NHL, if not the best, when they were completely healthy. So let's shock the world. We have 2 teams, both of our squads, we mentioned this about a week ago, are capable of beating anybody when they're playing their best. It's not like they're, lucky to be an 8th seed. Both of these teams are legit teams when they're healthy, and both of them are. So let's see if we can get a couple of surprises in round 1.
In all 3 games we played Vegas this year, we're second half of back-to-backs. So that's
also not fair. There you go.
Bad way to gauge our matchup with them. And we're a true wild card team. Who knows what we actually are after being healthy for the first time since November 10th.
Saucy, you have to bet your life and be right.
Oh, cool.
Which team, Wolves or Wild, more likely to upset in round 1?
The Wolves. I think the Wild have a good chance because, like you said, they're healthy, but the Wolves are on a mission. They, will be all pumped and ready to go. The Wolves are going to win. That'd be my bit. You?
I don't know. Lee Corso. I don't know. How would I know? Lee Corso is going to retire from College Game Day this fall. He turns 90 on August 7th.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Probably time.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll miss
90.
them, but...
Yeah,
430 times he's done the headgear bit. 430 different times he put on a mascot's head and spun it around and did that whole bit. Sauce, out of 430 times he did that, how many times was he right?
That's a really good question.
How many games out of 430 did he pick correctly? No, think about it, though. Almost always, he's picking a game between 2 teams that are
teams.
Right. It's not like Ohio State's playing some garbage team. They're at a College Game Day because it's a huge game with 2 big teams. So 430 mostly competitive games.
He was right 150 times.
286.
Okay.
He went 286 and 144.
That's great. Good for him.
That's not bad.
Yeah, okay.
How many different team heads in his career did he put on?
300.
It's 69.
Oh.
Nice.
Which team did he put on the most?
I would guess Ohio State.
That is the correct answer. How many times did he put Ohio State's mascot's head on his own head?
10?
45 times.
Wow.
How about that? 45 times for Ohio State, 38 times Alabama, 25 times for LSU. Now, here's something I learned yesterday. Maybe this is like super common knowledge. I just don't follow College Game Day closely enough to know this. He almost always had a Dixon Ticonderoga in his hand, right? That's a pencil,
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
So a Dixon Ticonderoga is like the best number 2 pencil there is.
I did not know that.
I like their cider.
They also make very good cider, yes. Yeah. So he always had that pencil in his hand. He worked there in his off time. So he was like the director of something or other. Right. So he worked for the pencil company, so constantly used the pencils and prominently displayed them just so he got a little extra publicity for his actual company that he worked for. Yes, Paul, your hand's up.
2 things. Did you know that before you looked all this stuff up yesterday?
Did I know
like
what?
A pencil junkie? How did you know that?
Everybody that took standardized tests in like high school knew that the Dixon Ticonderoga was like the creme de la creme of pencils. It's the only pencil I can name.
I didn't know.
It's the only one.
I did not know that.
Zachary, this is something you probably knew, right? You knew what a Dixon Ticonderoga was, yes? No?
I thought it was something completely different.
Yeah, I thought,
Nope.
Yeah, I thought it was a story about a town in Ohio.
No, so those are legit. I just didn't know he worked at the pencil company.
I did not know that either. The thing, if you've watched it the last couple of years, is he's on it for like 5 minutes.
Well, because he had the stroke 15 years ago.
09.
So had a stroke and struggled to talk and, got back, but just has never quite been the same. And then even the last couple of years, you can tell, man, Kirk Herbstreit's such a good dude, but you can tell Kirk just wants to make sure he's okay and does everything to make sure that Lee still has his moment and still gets the stage for a second, but then they kind of wheel him out of there and move on with the show. And then they get guys like McAfee in there to pump up the crowd and do other bits.
Kirk is to Lee Corso what Mike Max was to Sid on the sports show.
Yeah,
that's a good analogy.
Thank
Paul, hang on. You did something right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, one of the coolest moments in my life was out at college game day here in Dinkytown and watching Lee put on Goldie's
He did.
head.
And then they got run over, right?
Yeah, it went downhill after that, but until that moment, that was pretty
a
cool.
bit, yeah.
Twins were off yesterday. They are at Atlanta tonight at 6:15. Chris Paddock for the Minnesota Twins taking on something called Bryce Elder.
Oh.
Twins are 7-12. Atlanta's terrible. They're 5-13. You know what's crazy about their schedule so far, though, is Atlanta is 3-2 at home. They've been on the road 13 of their 18 games.
Jeez.
Weird.
Oh. Well, I think I saw yesterday the Twins are calling up one of their better young players, Luke Keishel, I think is his name. I think he's an infielder, so he'll be playing most likely tonight.
Did he answer the call?
You'd have to. I bet our guy Toby told him.
I suppose.
He was going up there. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a video of it.
Alexander Ovechkin scored in the Capitals' final regular season game, so he ends this regular season with just 897 career goals. That's the record, of course. Pittsburgh won 5-2 over Washington, but he did get one more goal. He finished third in the NHL this season with 44 goals, and that was despite missing 16 games with a broken leg.
Unbelievable.
Still finished third in the league in goals. And not that far behind. Draisaitl had 52. So he only lost by 8 goals. Now, he probably would not have got 8 in 16 games, but his pace looks, obviously 44 goals in 60-something games is above that pace. That's a lot to ask, but easily could have had 8.
Would have cleared 900 easy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's tough.
Which is...
for sure. Got 3 more.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Man.
Yeah,
what a freak.
Classy move by the Penguins. Sidney Crosby was awesome. Those two battled for years and years. And
Penguins always look classy.
Yes.
They put their little tuxedo on.
Yeah, they always look nice.
Especially Emperor Penguins. They're all regal and stuff, and they shake that ass like they own the place.
They do. They're the emperors.
Yeah. I wonder if they know.
I can't believe you knew a pencil brand.
But again, how many can you name? My guess is everybody that's listening, if you said, name one pencil brand, this is the only one people can name.
I don't think anyone would know that.
No, but I'm saying that the people that can, this is the one they can name. Especially, again, people that took a lot of standardized tests.
Number 2.
And you had to you had to use a number 2 pencil.
I have to take a number 2.
Use a Dixon Ticonderoga.
He prefers their cider.
Who does number 2 work for?
A pencil company.
Oh.
Wow. That's fascinating.
Thank you.
There are number 1 pencils, right?
It's a good question. I've never used one. Don't know.
Why would they make those? Why don't they upgrade the number 2 to number 1?
I don't know. I'm going to look that up right now.
Thanks.
Number 1 pencils are softer and darker, favored for artistic work. Well, number 2 pencils are more balanced and commonly used for writing.
Scantron, baby. You guys ever do that?
Of course.
What is it?
It's basically it's a way, every question's multiple choice. It's just A, B, C, D.
Oh. Yeah, fill in the bubbles.
Fill in the bubbles. I didn't know it was called Scantron.
Yep, there's obviously the brilliant scene from the classic film Summer School, where even though he's filling in a whole bunch of bubbles, he's just C. I've seen that movie about 50 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, great
that's
film.
the old
Mark Harmon, right?
test. Yeah, exactly. Test taking strategy. If you're not sure, you're just supposed to guess C.
Do they still have that now, or is that all done digitally?
It's all done on computers, laptops now, yeah.
Like the kids, there's no more standardized testing, right?
Sure there is.
Oh, yeah.
But you mean Scantron, bubble sheets.
I'm sure that's not a thing, right?
I'm sure there is.
No, it's done on laptops. I just asked.
Really?
I just asked about this the other day. Yeah, it's all done on laptops.
All their testing is?
That standardized testing is, yeah. Yeah, and it's like they're real particular about it. Like the teachers themselves aren't even allowed to look at the screens.
Oh.
Well, I remember back in the old paper days of standardized tests, there legitimately was seals on the thing.
Yeah, it got so loud in the smell, you had to feed them fish.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Kind of distracting, but we still got our
survive.
Yeah.
Our kiddo had the old, what are they called? Like the MCAs or something this week?
MCAs, Minnesota Comprehensive Assessment.
She had them this week. I don't even know what that is.
I did wonderful on those.
I did not.
And that's why my teachers hated me.
Why?
Not the only reason.
Because you smelled like a seal?
Yeah.
Yes. And I just they would not stop singing Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah.
Well,
keep it down. Trying to test.
Yeah,
Honor student Smitty Umno was what that pencil
Of course
is.
he does.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Yeah.
What really matters is next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Get on down to the auto show this weekend to catch Saturdays with Sauce with Meat Sauce and Nordo Live. Don't miss out tomorrow, April 19th from noon to 2 in the iHeart Hangout Zone. Get the full details at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
That'll be great. Can't wait.
Hiya!
Yeah, paya.
All right, let's do What Really Matters, brought to you by our friends at Carbonis. Thanks, Carbonis.
Thank you, Carbonis. That'd be good, man.
The great people at Carbonis.
I was trying to order from DeBrien's downstairs, and I guess they're not open yet. What the hell's wrong?
They don't open until
like 8 o'clock.
8 now?
What the hell?
Used to be 7.
I know.
That's what really matters, right?
Here's what really matters. Scores and stats around the world of sports and in between. Chris will change your life with something else.
Please.
Okay.
What were we going to order, Hawk?
What do you think?
Breakfast burrito.
That's right.
Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said he expects Shohei Ohtani to pitch at some point this season, but he said it's still, quote, months away.
Wow.
As Shohei recovers from Tommy John surgery.
And
he is still hitting .288 with 6 home runs so far this season as a hitter, but hasn't pitched. The Dodgers do have the second best record in baseball behind the San Diego Dads. But
hell yeah, my squad.
So I guess the defending champs at some point will see Shohei pitch this season, but still, quote, months away.
Third best album in baseball, the Weezer Green album.
Ugh.
You guys are crazy. You
Oh, my God. It's only blue and only blue.
Yes.
Just like your nuggets?
Yep.
Your testicles?
Yep.
Your Osaic?
Whoa.
I'm doing comedy here. Shut it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pipe down. What really matters, though, is this.
Somebody get him a breakfast burrito.
It was on tomorrow, that day. So today's the 18th. Tomorrow, the 19th, will be the anniversary of the death of Jane Mansfield. We talk about this from time to time. Bombshell of the 50s and 60s. She bared her voluptuous 40, 21, 36 figure in Playboy.
Only if she's 5'3".
Amen. She was 5'1". She
5'1"?
5'1".
Are you kidding me?
No.
Jeez.
Go ahead, say it.
I mean...
Go ahead.
So she's 5'1", and what are her measurements
40,
again?
21, 36.
That's a huge bitch.
Part of her was. She birthed future Law & Order star Mariska Hargitay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
We've said it on this show about 46
I
times.
say it once a month.
Do we really?
All the time.
Yeah.
We say that.
Yeah. Reportedly turned down the role of Ginger on Gilligan's Island because she didn't have her.
Oh.
Freak!
They were going to have to change the name of the character to Nothing Down There. Landing strip.
Jesus. Which would have helped on the island.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right? It's a nice place for a plane to land and pick them up and get them out of there.
Yeah. There'd been a whole different Harlem Globetrotters episode of Gilligan's Island.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait, there was a Harlem Globetrotters episode of Gilligan's Island?
Oh, yeah.
How did they get there?
Yeah.
I know they were on Scooby-Doo, but how did they get to the island?
I didn't know that.
That doesn't make any sense.
Pretty sure they were in a boating accident.
Wouldn't they be stuck there permanently?
They found their way off.
But they didn't bring the rest of the castaways.
Nope.
Wow.
Nobody liked them.
That is a wonderful question. How do you do a guest spot on a show about, like, anybody show up in Castaway? I didn't see it.
It was
well, yeah, a pilot did, but his acting was pretty terrible. No.
Oh.
Whoa. Sorry, Hawk may have said this, but it was a made-for-TV movie. The Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island.
That makes no sense. Whose idea was that? What a terrible idea.
There was an ability to make a car out of coconuts, but you couldn't make a boat.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, think of that pitch meeting. Man, you know what's a cultural phenomenon right now is the Harlem Globetrotters. How do we get them on this show? Well,
wow.
Bitch meeting.
Yeah.
How did that get approved? How did somebody say that doesn't make any sense? How would the Globetrotters get to the island and get off the island without getting help for the rest of the people on the island? Shouldn't that be the final episode of the show?
Yes.
It's somehow they also end up on that island and then they're saved and everybody else gets off the island.
Don't you know that they just considered all their viewers to be dumbasses?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Just.
And I was one of them.
I do like the idea in that pitch meeting.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
When they're all trying to figure out the series finale, how they close this story up.
Yep.
And somebody goes, "What if the Harlem Globetrotters
correct
save the day?"
They do a couple of tricks with the coconuts, and then we use Jane Mansfield's landing strip and get the hell out of there.
Yeah,
That's right.
And New Dealer. That show ran from 1964 to 1992.
No,
that's what this says right here.
No
well,
chance.
Then you need to get a different internet.
Yeah, you gotta question what you read, buddy.
It says Gilligan's Island on
I'm telling you,
IMDb.com.
that is not true.
There's no way that's true.
I know it's not true. It may have run in reruns till 92.
Yeah, exactly.
Reran till 92.
I bet it wasn't more than about, 5 seasons or something? It's one of those shows. I don't think...
Yeah, I thought it was like...
Much shorter than most people probably think.
It ran, 5 seasons. Yeah. But hold on, though. It must have came back in 92 or something.
No,
it lists 1992.
It didn't.
Right here, look.
I have September 26, 1964 through April 17th, 1967.
That sounds right.
Well,
I don't think the skipper was still alive in 92.
We need to sue that company.
Yeah, IMDb's wrong. Was Gilligan's Island the show that had the guy on it that died because he was in like a sex cult? What show was that?
That was
Hog?
Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
What happened to that guy?
You just said it. You just literally said what happened to him in your question about what happened to him.
How do we convince iHeart to send some members of the Power Trip Morning Show to an island?
Yeah.
As a guest cameo.
Yeah, the one where they torture the prisoners.
Oh. One of those islands that's like, that still has just like people that have never been attached to any society. And then as soon as Sauce shows up on the shore, they just shoot you with bows and arrows.
Yeah.
Or not the bows, but bow and arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot him with bows.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, they put bows on you.
Oh.
I always love those stories when they're like, I'm going to go to this island and convert them to my religion, and then they kill you the second you step on the beach.
Yeah,
That's the best.
That story that went viral a couple of years ago about that couple that honeymooned in like
Vegas,
where like ISIS is like there are tons of them, and they said all people are good people, and they were killed like 10 minutes into it.
Yeah, whatever happened to that couple?
They're dead.
Oh.
So they didn't convert an entire group of people by being nice?
No, they're dead.
Oh, weird. Anyway,
I bet they were delicious.
While Zach's going to Vegas to cover the WoW, why don't you, Sauce, go to one of those islands that's just never been touched by the rest of the world?
Well, you're touched by an angel.
That's nice.
Great show.
Is that a show?
Yeah.
It ran from
70 to 2012.
Yeah, Della Reese, right? Touched by an angel. What?
I like her cups.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
In so many ways, you
brilliant.
do.
Got it.
I still will always ask, and I think I've asked this question 4 or 5 times.
Kiss me.
No, that's a statement. That's still a statement. Just a longer statement.
Okay, sorry. Let me rephrase it. Will you?
I'm the BH.
Let's say you're one of those tribes that, again, has just never had any communication or contact with the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
And a goddamn airplane flies over the island or the area that you are. What the hell do they think is going on? I mean, they must think that's some kind of a godlike figure. Like what?
Yeah.
The hell's an airplane? Right? What the hell is that? Is that the biggest bird we've ever seen?
Is it
what
like
is
a
that?
UFO to them? Basically?
I don't know.
It's an unidentified flying object to them.
Because there's no way for their brain to even process what the hell they're seeing.
But we have audio of the last tribe seeing an airplane for the first time.
Oh, no.
We're out of here.
Sauce, what if we get you to skydive from that godlike bird
without a parachute
and then land on the island, and you can kindly explain to them what's going on?
Yeah.
Isn't that island?
Here's one of the natives.
I shagged her.
Oh, wow.
Have fun, Paul.
I think it's North Sentinel Island, I think is what it's called. That's one of them where like no people have, like that don't live there already have ever been on there.
My
I'm
God,
serious.
they know better English than you
know
do.
what you just said?
No, I don't. But I think I don't think you can make it there because they
make
don't
it
want
anywhere.
they don't want you on the island.
It's up to you, North Sentinel.
Natives.
It doesn't shock any listeners that you aren't familiar with number 2 pencils.
No, I'm not. I didn't need testing. I'm not doing that. It got me here.
Yeah.
So take that.
Surprised that hasn't been like a TV show where somebody lands at one of those places and then becomes a god or something.
That's kind of like C-3PO with the Ewoks.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Some gold robot shows up and they just think he's a god.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that was an appropriate pop culture reference.
Well
right,
done.
Sauce?
Yeah.
Sauce, we're going to do more of the English language after this. Are you on board or not?
Meh.
More of what really matters after this Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.
That's right.
Well, boys.
Yeah?
We're just 2 weeks away. Well, the show is normally done in St. Louis Park, but in 2 weeks, we're not going to be here. We're going to be at Grandview Lodge.
Good stuff.
Up north.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be a wonderful opportunity to win an amazing Callaway Elite driver. You can check out our contest page now and enter for your chance to win one thanks to Grandview Lodge. And you can make sure to join us at Grandview Lodge May 1st and 2nd for your chances to win other amazing prizes like this one. Enter for your chance to win at KFAN.com keyword contest. So you can go right now and try to win that one.
To Grandview?
To KFAN.com keyword contest. And then you can go to Grandview to have a chance of winning more.
Like that.
Corey?
Paul, your hands up.
I have an answer to my Gilligan's Island thing. So the reason why it says that it ran from 64 to whatever to 92 is
If he says
because
syndication, I'm going to jump.
no. The pilot episode was filmed in the 60s but didn't air until the first time it ever aired on TV was in 92.
Stop it. Hey, oh, my God. Paul, think of what you just said. The pilot episode?
That's what this guy just said. The pilot episode was filmed in the 60s but didn't air for the first time until 1992.
Okay. Cool.
I'm telling you.
When did the finale air?
1998.
Before the actual show was filmed.
54.
Let's just get this over with.
Can somebody put me on an island?
No.
It'll start. Keep trying. Hey, by the way, you ever like driving behind a tractor trailer or like a dump truck, and the bumper's real low and there's reflective tape? Mm-hmm. That's because of Jane Mansfield's accident. They developed that as a rule
Yikes.
after her car drove underneath that
Yikes.
truck.
That's so gross
Isn't that
to
something?
think about.
I know. Yeah.
All right. On that note.
Yeah, man.
Hold on. I have one more thing.
Please.
This I'm just telling you, just so I don't sound like an idiot, even though I am an idiot.
Too late.
This is on IMDb.com. It said the pilot episode tells the tale of a tiny ship that set off for a 3-hour tour, caught in a storm on the island.
So that's the concept of the show? Interesting.
The pilot was filmed in
We didn't
November.
know that until 92.
No, the pilot of the film, the pilot was filmed in 1963.
It was Sully, right?
But was not aired until 1992.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you said 2
a
minutes
minute
ago.
No, but I'm just saying, so I was right. That it didn't air until, you didn't think it, you thought I was making it up because it was the first episode.
No, I understand the difference sometimes between a pilot episode and a first episode, although 99.9% of the time it's the same thing. But the show didn't run until 92.
No, I know, but that's why it says 92 is because I'm not saying it ran until 92.
That's what you said last segment, though. And we were saying you're out of your mind.
But now I know that I was out of my mind, but a new episode ran in 92 is all I'm saying. I know it didn't run until 92. I'm just saying.
A new episode that was filmed 35 years prior to that.
Yeah. But that's why it says 92 on IMDb.com. That's all I'm saying.
So they filmed the pilot episode. They liked the concept, but they didn't like the episode. So they filmed a new first episode.
I guess,
yes,
yeah.
and then aired the pilot in 92. But
for fun.
The show had already ended.
Yeah.
In like 67.
40 years earlier, yeah.
Cool.
No, I understand. You and I are on the same page. It doesn't matter.
I'm looking up islands. See if they have one-way tickets.
Well, no, I'd like you to come back.
No, I was looking for you.
Yeah. We're going to buy you a vacation.
Wild news presented by Catalyst and CatalystSupplyCo.com. If you're a Twin Cities contractor and want to boost your build, be a Catalyst company.
Hell yeah, man.
Thanks to our friends at CatalystSupplyCo.com. The Wild are going to be in Vegas this weekend. Game 1 Sunday at 9 o'clock. Game 2 in Vegas, 10 o'clock on Tuesday nights.
Can you tell us what happened in the game yet, Zach?
Yeah, game 1 is actually going to be in about 20 years.
Okay.
Brilliant. They already filmed it.
Well, what if we record Game 1, and if the Wild lose, we don't care for that plot, so then we just bury it until, I don't know, this fall. We'll rerun it later.
That'll be Heinz's post-game speech to the team. Hey, guys, just bury this like the pilot episode of Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Zachary, look, the Wild are sending you there, right? You work for the Wild. You're a Wild guy. I'm not trying to put you in a bad.
You're a Wild guy too.
Thank you.
I'm
not trying to put you in a bad spot, but look, again, Vegas is super good.
I'll put you in the bad spot.
Percent chance the Wild win this series. If we're being 100% honest. I mean, this is a tough draw, but again, we're healthy. You can be optimistic, but percent chance we win this series.
Man, I'm tempted to go, and I know, whatever, bias, all that, but like, they're such a wild card team. They were the number 1 team in the league back in December. All right. So this isn't crazy. They've been decimated by injuries. So I'm going to say 41%.
Okay.
Wow.
What, so like what? Give me Vegas now versus Vegas a year ago, right? Marcia Show's gone, correct? He's in like Nashville or where's he? Well, and any other major injuries, any other major trades? Like who's on the roster now that wasn't there a year or two ago during the championship run from 23?
I mean,
Eichel's still there, obviously.
Eichel
right?
is the big problem, and he is, I mean that's he's starting to really find his game, and he let the Wild up not too long ago. So
who's their goalie? Is it what's the dude?
Hawk?
Is it still the same guy from the title run?
Yes.
I don't.
Vegas
Carol King.
Golden Knights goalie.
Aiden Hill.
Oh, it says Aiden Hill didn't start playing hockey until 1992.
Yes. Wow, he's old.
No, he's had a wonderful, wonderful year. I mean, you have to be on this team, and yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, he's one of the better goaltenders in the league, and he's coming to his own, particularly this year. So he's going to be tough. And they've got you just go down their roster. Hannafin, Hurdle. I mean, Barbashev.
Shaving cream?
So, William Carlson. He's scary looking.
What really matters, though, is this.
I like his tower. On this date, in what year did Paul Revere begin his famous ride?
Let's go. Oh, man, this is one of those questions that makes us look real dumb.
Right.
Boy.
So,
yeah, let's talk this out.
They declared, obviously,
I declare
in 76. That started the war.
Well, wouldn't it be before that? Didn't we basically... See, again, this is where we could look really dumb.
So we're talking Paul Revere, right?
Sure, the same one.
British are coming.
Yeah, the British are coming.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So this is before the...
Lock up your daughters.
This is before that part of the war. So I would say, shouldn't it be before 1776?
Well, isn't it... And again, this is, as you mentioned, we could look stupid.
Real dumb. We don't know history. We don't even know the timeline for Gilligan's Island.
I would think the declaration...
Is that you won?
Isn't that this? No, that was the Declaration of Independence. That was that saying we're declaring our independence from you. That's, I believe, was what started the war.
1774.
I'm going to say 81. Or maybe 83. 81 or 83.
But it's a good question. I have no idea.
Well, because the Constitution didn't get ratified until 1791. Maybe late 70s, early 80s, I'm going to say.
1775.
Okay, so right before.
Yeah.
Then what the heck is he worried about?
Well, he's letting people know that they're still
on their
in the
way.
store, baby.
They've been there. Okay, I got to look up that. I look like an idiot.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
That's why we asked.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, maybe he told people the British are coming, but it really didn't resonate for another 20 years.
Maybe he was a fortune teller.
Yeah, maybe he was talking about the Beatles and Beatlemania just was way ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
He was right.
Amen. They want to hold your hand.
Like, look, these Brits are going to be a pain in the ass, but if we just wait, they're going to kick out some really good music.
Yeah, man.
And a lot of really
out the jams.
A lot of really good television dramas down the road too.
Yeah. What would Paul Revere yell today if he was riding through the Twin Cities, Sauce?
What would he yell right now?
Yeah.
He would yell. I don't know. That's a great question.
That's a weird thing.
Like Canada is coming. I don't have the answer. I mean, what would he yell?
It was on this date. And what year do you think that Albert Einstein died on this year?
Let's go 1937.
Yeah, that's a 35.
If you think it through,
I wouldn't
he had
say
a hand
that.
in developing the atomic bomb.
49, 55.
55.
Oh, wow. So way after World War II. I don't know why I thought he was before that.
Well, you haven't seen Oppenheimer.
No, but I knew. And I
you haven't
knew.
seen Oppenheimer?
No,
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you can help develop it. I just didn't know if it was.
Yeah.
You know, if he survived to actually see it go off. Apparently, he absolutely did.
Oh, yeah, and he had a nice.
He lived until the Enchantment Under the Sea dance in 1955.
Yeah, he was up there in the tree looking at painties with
George McFly.
That's right. Yeah, whose birthday is Sunday, by the way.
Crispin Glover.
Yeah. How about this? What year do you think the first ever laundromat was opened on this date in Fort Worth, Texas? Laundromats, man. They had these great carts, and my big brother would put me in the cart and push me around the laundromat. It was the most fun I think I've ever had in my life to this day.
44.
Man, I have no idea.
I know, isn't that weird?
I feel like it's earlier than that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm trying to picture anything like from the the Great Depression era. It didn't look to have washing machines going up and running back then, at least in terms of laundromats. So maybe the 50s.
This feels like a roaring 50s type thing, like a 56.
I'll go 49.
1934.
34,
Wow.
okay.
The first ever law enforcement. I'm going to give you one more because I think this is interesting too. It was on this date in what year that The Sound of Music won Best Picture? You know, The Hills Were Alive.
Let's go 61.
Let's go 51.
I have no idea. 69.
66.
66.
66, that's right. Okay, I said last one. I was lying. This is the last one because you know how, Corey, you said, what is it you didn't know was real? I said the same thing about seahorses.
Bed bugs.
Yeah, there you go.
Just thought it was a phrase.
For the longest time, I thought this was a made-up story. In 1968, on this day, the London Bridge was sold to an American named Robert McCullough for $2.5 million. It was disassembled and rebuilt in Lake Havasu, Arizona. And it's there. I thought that was a made-up story.
I didn't know that.
But that is a true story. If you look it up right now, the original, London Bridge, is in Lake Havasu. The guy bought it for $2.5 million on this date in 1968.
Yeah, I had no idea about that story. And then we were on the boat in London a few years
Titanic?
ago. That like that tour that we did.
Mm-hmm.
And with Sauce wearing the neck pillow the entire time.
For about 8 straight hours.
Yeah.
And the guy on there was like, yeah, this is in Arizona now.
You know what? I wasn't paying attention. I did not know that.
It's hard to hear with all that neck pillow.
Yeah, I was comfortable though. Lake Havasu looks kind of cool.
It's awesome.
How about just, not knowing that story was true, but how about just the idea of, I would bet most people, and I would include myself for most of my adult life, assuming that a bridge is a one-time purchase.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't seem to be one of those things that, we can take this apart and move it. It sounds like, once this thing is done, you just have to destroy it and start over.
Well, check this out.
It makes sense when you think about it, but it does feel like it shouldn't be able to be disassembled, moved, and then reassembled and have it even remotely be functional without completely renovating it and starting over.
Here's something that is interesting, and this is a ghost of a memory, so Zach will get ready to help me look this up. In Central Park, there is an Egyptian-looking like monument, like a pin. It sort of looks like what's the tall, skinny thing in DC?
The Washington Monument.
Looks like that. Only it's it's got
obelisk,
an obelisk. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, that is actually like 3,000 years old. Somebody in like Egypt or somebody sent it to the United States as a thank you for something like in the late 1800s, and it was shipped here, and then we put it up in Central Park, and it looks like it's something that might have been made by somebody as a, look at this. It's like Egypt, but it's actually 3,000 years old.
So it's like the Luxor.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just in the middle of
Only
Central
it's
Park.
really the Luxor. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Cleopatra's Needle.
That's it. Yeah,
It was sent to, it was secured in May 1877 by Judge Albert E. Farman, the United States Consul General at Cairo, as a gift. Is for the United States remaining a friendly neutral power, and it stands at 29 meters or 69 feet high.
That's a huge. Wow. It's actually 3,000 years old, right?
It's about 200 tons. It was erected in 1475 BC.
Hey, and that can't be right. Because the pyramids were built in the 1800s. So there's no way they would build these like obelisks like 3,000 years before the pyramids. That doesn't work out.
That doesn't make any sense.
There are people, as we speak, running by that in New York City who have no idea that it's 3,000 years old. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
That's cool.
All right, Marnie Gellner should be joining.
How did I know that?
That's great stuff.
Should be joining in like 15 minutes. Chad Greenway should be here in about 30 minutes or so. We'll talk NFL draft and Viking stuff with him in about 7:40. Then a little over an hour from now, Initials game 570. And one of you gets a crack to win $89,000 with the St. Paul Federal Credit Union Initials jackpot. That's at 8:15, the Power Trip Morning Show with the news after this on The Fan.